Oh, hi Shiloh, how's it going? Oh yeah, you're not here right now. Just practicing Fable right now from Schumann's Fantastuke. looking at the camera. Notification. 10 minutes already? Well, it feels like so much shorter. No. So I think the part I get mixed up most in Fable. Oh my god, so puppy. I think the part I get most mixed up in Fable is when it goes into the hardest part of the piece, which is like. That part, the left hand of that, is very difficult for me. I don't know if it's a normal thing for it to be difficult for people, but for me it's very difficult. Oh my gosh. I don't know, that sort of thing. The left hand is mostly tricky because with the right hand, they're kind of almost overlapping because they're so close to each other. The beginning isn't that difficult of that, where it goes up, and that's really pretty. But like a tricky part is for me to remember that there's this in the left hand instead of continuing to go up with the right hand, because I can remember it pretty easily, but I have trouble like landing it at the right time. No, but the thing is, I'll be practicing. I just started learning this really today, basically. I did a little bit of trying sight reading on it yesterday, but I started learning it today. And I think I spent like quite a few hours on it so far. But looking at all the sections, the only hard part, I would say, generally speaking, I mean, the nice little riff is pretty difficult. but it's not even like it didn't take me a ton to learn because it's pretty simple. It's not it's a little bit jumpy, but it's not by much. The right hand is pretty easy. The left hand the only hard parts are like the jumps up where it goes, I'll play, where it stops doing that consistent. So I'll play slowly. That's the hard kind. Because you're focused on the right and you gotta land that jump. And then this one is harder. No, but the only really hard part it gets is when it goes to minor, when it goes to A minor, where it's like. Part of that, all that is just the going up and down motion. Because one of the big things, like what I just did there and what I did earlier, is from later in the piece, it goes into D major. I mean, not really, but it goes like this. You see how it goes like 1, 2, and then goes one copy an octave up and then goes down, and it's like alternating in left hand and right hand. It wouldn't sound good as slow tempo, but sounds good as a fast tempo because of the way it is. But that one of the main reasons this is so tricky right now the left hand and the right hand in that part getting kind of close and it's difficult. Okay, I need to let the dog out really quick. But the real hard part is when I keep accidentally trying to go down because I already have muscle memory because of how long I practiced it today from that section. Because it's the other hard section and I wanted to get back to it. So I really like this piece. But it is very difficult. That is the last of